world of YouTube. We're out today on a rather chilly Saturday morning. Just taking the bike for a little spin as I haven't been out for a couple of weeks due to work and a short holiday over to Spain. But in those couple of weeks, a couple of things have happened. Well, not happened, well, one thing's happened. I had a little problem with the bike, and that was that it seemed to spring a bit of a water leak. I noticed it when I did my last long ride out to with the riding school. I got home and then the next day I went and had a look, and there was a pool of water underneath. So I had a quick look to see whether it was just a hose or something like that. Couldn't really identify exactly what the problem was. So I had a quick look through my paperwork that came with the bike and realised I was a week inside the 3-month warranty that I got with the bike. So managed to get the bike over to there, no problem. And because I was going away, I left it with them for a week. Anyway, I get a phone call from them saying one of the hoses has, one of the hoses was leaking and needed to be replaced, possibly two, up near where the water pump is. But unfortunately, wasn't covered on the warranty. Hoses aren't covered on the warranty, apparently. So typical. Anyway, this was over at with the guys over at Hemel Hempstead Triumph. So I had a little chat with them. No point in getting annoyed about these things, and see if they could do anything for me. I had a chat with the sales guy, and anyway, I thought I'd make them see if I could make a deal with them. So what I did was I offered to pay for the parts if they fitted them. Anyway, they seemed quite happy with that. So so I took that, and the parts came to. I said, well, if you're going to do it, you may as well do both the hoses. And the parts came to about £60. I think they were going to charge me something in the region of another 120 or 130 to actually fit the bits. So I think I got away quite lightly, really. So when I pull over in a bit, I'll see if I can show you the parts that were replaced. But also, whilst the last few weeks, now that winter's setting in, I've been thinking about the mods that I'd like to do to the bike over the winter period, because obviously I'm not going to use it as much as I normally would in the summer. So it's a good time to, if you like, take it off the road for a little bit and see what bits you want to do. So I've come up with a few, there's quite a few grey panels on the actual bike that I've noticed on the later models of the Street Triple are actually painted. So I thought, well, okay, I'll could probably do that. So I found a place up in the Midlands that sold the paint to the code in a can, and went and bought the relevant materials that I needed. And then I thought, well, maybe before I actually do this on quite a prominent part, which again, when I pull over in a bit, I'll show you the parts that I'm going to do. I thought I'd better do a bit of a tester on a part that, if I do bugger it up, I can actually replace quite well, or quite easily. So I decided to do the chain guard, which again is a grey plastic. And I thought, well, that would look quite nice if it was painted the same colour as the bike. So I whipped it off, and I've already done that as my tester, and it came out okay again. So when I pull over in a bit, I'll show you what I want to do and what I've already done, and see how we go from there. So stay tuned, and I'll pull over. I think there's a place up here in a bit I can just pull over in. So speak to you in a bit. Okay, now I'm not sure if we're going to actually be able to get this that well on the camera, but the parts that were replaced were probably better from the other side actually. This, I don't want to touch it too much because it's still quite warm, but the one here, I don't know if you can catch that on the camera there, and then there's another one which is on the other side but further up. So those were the coolant pipes that needed replacing. So all good now though, doesn't seem to have leaked, so back to where she was. Right, so now the mods, the parts that I want to actually paint are these ones here, which I believe are called the radiator cowls. So I'm gonna take those off and paint them same colour as the tank and the mud guards and the rear panels here. The tester I've already done is the chain guard, which as you can see actually has come out quite nice. It's not too bad a process for doing it. You have a special primer, rub it down, special primer, 2 or 3 coats, get it nice and smooth, a couple of coats of colour, and then the secret with it really is the clear coat. At least 2 or 3 coats of clear, and if it doesn't quite come out how you want it, what you actually do then is you actually rub it down with a very fine wet and dry, and then polish it out, which is what I did with that. So hopefully that'll come out right. Now I bought a couple of cans, so I'm hoping I should have enough easily to do those 2 panels, because you don't, the clear coat, the colour coat doesn't take that much paint. It's the clear coat that you're using more of. So if those come out okay, what I thought I might do then, and I'm not sure exactly yet, but what I might do is actually paint these here, the actual, because these look a little bit mank. I think it might be because before I put the tail tidy on, they were sitting a lot lower and they used to get all the road crud on them, so they're looking a little bit mank. So I might take them off and actually paint those as well, and obviously do the front ones. And again, if that works out well, the other grey parts that I don't quite like the look of is actually these bits here, which I've taken those off before when I've cleaned the sprocket and everything, so, and the chain. So I might take those off and give those a bit of a bling up as well, and see how the only other bits that I could possibly do are these bits here, but you don't really see them, so I'm not sure I worry too much about those. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back to the shed today. I've got a day free, so, and see how I get on. So stay tuned, and I think I'm not going to film it all. I think I'll probably just do photographs and see how it goes from there. So yeah, so off back to the shed and see what happens. So I'm out today, having carried out my little upgrades, as we said earlier. Took me a day or so. I took quite a few photographs of the process, which hopefully I'd have already put up in the video. I'm going to pull over in a little bit, my normal little spot, and show you around what I've done. You can tell me what you think. Okay, so as per what I said I was going to do, I've sprayed up the rear housings of the indicators. I think you'll probably have to agree they've actually come out quite nicely. Got quite a nice shine on them. Did the front ones as well, and there make a little bit of a difference. And then obviously the main bit that I did was the radiator cowls. Now I'm quite pleased with those. They've got quite a deep shine on them, but they probably need one more rub down with a bit of wet and dry, very fine, and then polished up again, just to get out there. There's a little bit orange peely. Sorry about my sniffing, I've got a bit of a cold. You can see it there, actually. You can see the orange peel, which is just like a bit of an imperfection of where the when you spray it on, it goes what's called orange peel, as they say in the trade. And then the other part that I did was, although previously I had actually painted the radiator guard in black, it was just like a gloss black. So what I've done is I've actually now done it in the phantom black, so that you can't really appreciate it too much. And then as a nice little touch, I thought I'd put the little Union Jack on, and I put that on after the paint stage and then lacquered over it, so it should actually, I should be able to polish it up and it should look quite good, which is what they do with these transfers. They're not actually they're put on after the paint stage and then lacquered over, so that you can actually polish them and you get a bit more of a 3D effect on them. So yeah, but generally quite pleased with that. So let me know what you think. And I think maybe I've actually run out of paint now, so but maybe the next one will be to do this panel here and maybe this bit here, but maybe that's for another day. So yeah, let us know. Thank you.